Welcome to update 10.10. It's finally been released, and as you can see, we've had some pretty major graphics updates. I wanted to go over in this video all the new stuff that's being added to the game and some of the very interesting things about 10.10. And first of all, you're going to see that all of these ports look a lot better due to the updated water and even some of them updated lighting. And of course, with the last one, the Philippines, we're getting a whole new updated textures and modeling and everything. So it looks really, really good. And I hope that Wargaming is able to continue this updating into all of the ports and all of the extra maps. As we're going to see, Hotspot and Two Brothers are looking very, very, very good. On top of that, there's a couple new ships being added, as well as what you're seeing in front of you is correct. The Soviet aircraft carriers are here, and my, do they pack a punch. I think maybe there's going to have to be some balancing changes made, but although maybe not, because I would view a lot of the other CVs as needing balancing changes, and yet here they are in the same state they've been for quite some time now. So this might stay. Now, you might be wondering what we're dealing with here. Well, we have a Kitakaze, a pretty strong ship, played by a very good player. And we're in a CV with skip bombers. We're at 41,000 damage currently, no dots ticking or anything, so let's see what we get. Dropping the bombs right on his head. That is okay, only like 3,000 damage or so. Not too bad. But he's in a smoke screen. We forced him to smoke up in a pretty awkward spot. If he didn't smoke, we would have had him spotted for our whole team, so smoking is absolutely the right thing for him to do here. But he's shooting, and skip bombers are very, very easy to line up. So at 44,000 damage, that's 4 hits, and 11,000 damage, 2 fires. Fun and engaging, but I guess we lost this match, and I didn't actually end up doing too much damage after our team fell apart, so maybe it is balanced, right? It's just ridiculous, man. I'm sorry, but it's just ridiculous. So now let's take a look at the interesting things that have been added into the armory at this point. It really is the super ships that are the big deal here. I think that it's a little odd that you only get 4-day rentals, right? So it's a 1-day rental only, and you get 4 potential 1-day rentals of all the super ships. And the rest are coal, so you're going to be playing in ranked with your tier 10s a lot, and you only get 4 days, so make sure you get those 4 days to count, basically. Don't just activate one of these days without considering that you only get 4 of them. So I wish it was a little bit different than that, but I guess they're trying to get people to play their tier 10s in the ranked mode. Maybe something needs to die to these super ships, right? So if you don't want to be that tier 10 ship just dying to the super ships, the best way to do that is actually going to be to play co-op. That's the best way to earn these tokens, and you can actually, oops, it is definitely combat missions we're looking for. You can do this in co-op. So you gotta basically play a bunch of co-op, and then, yeah, you're gonna get these tokens, and then you can play them in ranked battles, I guess. A little bit odd that it's only co-op, but maybe this will be added to once the ranked is here, since the ranked is not quite available yet. So it hopefully will change, but for now it is just co-op that you can earn those points in. But eventually, you could just run co-op with your tier 10s to earn those tokens, and then rent out the super ships in the armory, and then play the super ships into ranked, if you don't want to play against real players in your tier 10s and they have super ships. Something very interesting to note is that there's no additions to the German campaign here. So German battleships, we had this last patch, and of course, you know, I used all of my community tokens to get myself the Prince Heinrich. I was hoping for new ways to earn German tokens, or a different way to do things, so that maybe I could get to the tier 8 or tier 9 without having to shell out some doubloons. But unfortunately, it looks like with this one, that is not the case. A little disappointed to see that, but potentially, if we need some fun, interesting videos later on in the patch, I'll probably get myself to at least the tier 8 and get a fun, brawly video out with that thing. Coming up to the Research Bureau, we can see the Gibraltar's in now, and that's 59,000 research points, so pretty expensive, but having that AP threat of, well, improved pan angles and short fuse AP be pretty good. So I'm not going to get this one for a little bit, but I think it could be a pretty fun ship to have. Back here at the featured, we can see that the Tulsa is now available as well for doubloons as well as some coal. We'll look at that in a second, but it's a tier 9 Des Moines that's lacking a gun in each turret. So you only get 6 guns instead of 9, but you do get that rapid reload. So I'm not sure if I'm going to really enjoy this one, but that reload is going to be pretty nice to have. I just personally don't enjoy the 6-gun ships. I'm looking for a little more volume, given that RNG is always fun to deal with when you have very few shells. Now here we can see that the Tulsa is actually 228,000 coal, so not a cheap one, but that's tier 9 cruiser, right? Pretty standard stuff. I'll be taking my time to get this one. As you can see, I've only got 42,000 at the moment, but I think I'll probably end up getting it eventually. It seems interesting enough, right? Getting Des Moines AP at a lower tier on fast-firing guns still could be a pretty interesting opportunity to smash some tier 7 cruisers, right? It always does seem like it's beat up on the lower tiers, right? Something you should be aware of, there are a few free bundles you can get. Just be cautious. Their only goal is to get you into the store so that you can see the, well, items that entered the store already pre-marked down for you. An interesting sales tactic, that one. But you get this Gifts of the Sea, which isn't very much stuff, and Secure Supplies, which is just kind of some random in-game currencies that isn't a lot, but it's there. Just be careful not to click on some of these other ones. I don't think they're a very good value paying for some of this other stuff. Something to note for those of you who didn't quite finish the Kings of the Sea collection, you can actually get them in this Naval Community section for 2,000 community tokens. I think there was 2 or 3 available. I've already bought 1 or 2 of them. So I've already finished this collection, and that means eventually we should be getting a North Carolina camo. I'm actually quite excited to see that camo, as I've played in Kings of the Sea, as most of you know, for quite some time, and the camo looks cool. North Carolina is also a fun ship for me. So you can see it doesn't show up in permanent camos, as well as it doesn't look like there's a combat mission for it. We only get super ships, the Warhammer one. Here's our German battleships updated combat missions. You can see no ability to gain German tokens, just a flag and a symbol. Arms race giving you some community tokens and a little bit of common stuff here, but nothing to show that that North Carolina Kings of the Sea camo. So I'm hoping that's coming out later. I may have read it wrong, but I thought it was supposed to come out with patch 10.10. Maybe it did, and I need to put in a support ticket. But for those wondering, that was to get that camo, you had to complete the Kings of the Sea collection here, and then receive 1 more drop from Kings of the Sea. That last drop was going to give you that mission. I believe it was 10.10, but maybe it's not been added yet. But I'm really excited to see that one, because again, I'm really someone who likes the North Carolina, and having that camo would just be a cool little thing to have. Here we get to see the updated Hotspot loading screen. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? These new waves really do look pretty sweet, don't they? How the ships are bouncing around. The wing's much more realistic looking. It's a big improvement, guys. It really is a big improvement. So here is the new Hotspot map. It sure looks amazing, guys. I gotta say, really, really well done by Wargaming on this art update. It's pretty incredible what they've done, and I just hope it goes to all the other maps and ship models get updated and everything just can look this good, because it certainly does bring the game into a more modern looking game. More 2021, 2022, right? It looks awesome. Really, really well done job. Let's see the volcano. Interestingly, I think the smoke texture, the smoke here, I think it's a 2D. It looks 2D to me, and it's just programmed to constantly face the camera, which is interesting. Good way to not consume too many resources on computers. And of course, for me, I love the draw distance update. Seeing trees along these ridges at much farther ranges, they used to pop in much closer to you. Personally, I found that a little bit distracting, so a really nice update for me. It just looks amazing. It looks so good. It looks so good. Here we get to see the two brothers loading screen now. I love it. It looks so good. I really like this almost drawing, painting style that they've gone with. Really cool. I just can't get over how much better the game looks, honestly. It's so nice. It looks so good now. It really, really does. I hope that this gets to everything else. I've said that a couple times already, but I really, really hope it gets to everything else in the game. All the ports, all the maps, ship models. It's awesome. It's awesome already, but just to see the potential in this this game still, as far as the graphics go, it is super, super nice. While we're walking through the middle of Two Brothers here, I should talk about something else that's been added to the game, and that's actually AMD's FSR. And what that, I believe, does is it renders the game at a slightly lower resolution and then upscales it. And that's been giving me a lot of extra frames, and it looks basically like native. I'm playing at 4K, mind you, so the difference there isn't going to be too huge. You might notice more of a difference as you go to lower resolutions. I haven't done benchmarking or pixel beeping stuff. This is just very subjective, but it looks very good to me. And I've also turned off MSAA in favor of TXAA. I'll show you guys my graphics settings here after we are able to get into the spectator mode after our ship goes down. Let's see, maybe we can get a RAM off here. Oh, it's just a V25. I did... Oh, nice. Torpedoes. All right, let's eat one. Let's eat two. There we go. Look at this map, though. Gorgeous. Really, really nice. I can't wait to send a secondary battleship up the middle of Two Brothers now. It was already fun, but now it actually looks really nice too. You can see even these towns have been updated. I'm a big fan of this update. Really am. It's so cool. There's even like this little tree up here. Is it glowing? Kind of is glowing. Huh. Neat. And then of course you get some interesting I don't know what this would be, monastery, something like that up here. Nice little town over there. But to talk about the graphics settings I'm running, you can see it's maxed out at 4K. And this FSR, I really think is a good thing to just even check out, see for yourself if it's worth running. And I found TXAA to look a little bit better than MSAA, and I'm not a huge fan of FXAA. Just different ways of smoothing out straight lines, that kind of thing, so that you don't get the staircased effect or the shimmering effect off of, you know, like the rigging on a ship, that kind of thing. Super duper cool. Love this new update. It looks great. So that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about this new update and about this video going over the whole update, looking at everything that has come new to the game, giving you a little peek into it. I might start to do these more often with the major updates. I think it's interesting to look at the major things Wargaming is adding into the game. So with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.